of takes a lot of the bite out of the 308 and the 6.5 PRC. The 7 PRC is still going to have.
Yeah, you can feel that one then when you're done looking at this one, but I mean.
So I'm looking at it on Thursday, but like I thought this was fun. A nice update. Are there any?
As you're around 940, you get to see the initials.
So obviously we're back from SHOT Show, and we are no longer battling the crowds and massive amounts of people. We are now battling the SHOT Show crud. So I apologize if I sound a little nasally. Now, what people go to SHOT Show for are going to kind of vary depending on the person and kind of their objective going there. What we went to SHOT Show for is for work and for business. So we went there to meet with business partners, hang out with some of our business partners, and then obviously walk the floor and hope to see some new stuff. So Radian is one of the companies that's actually innovating and coming out with new stuff, which is exciting. If you guys saw the ramjet video I did, they have more ramjet offerings. So aside from this here on the 365, they do have more we'll talk about in a second. But so P365, you got a ramjet going in. It looks very nice with the frame, very cool. Another cool thing that they have is they have a back strap that's also a mag well, and they have base plates. So very cool. You do not need these base plates to work with this mag well and this back strap. Which is pretty dope. Now, aside from this, they have Block 17 length ramjets now, and they have a bunch more of their optic mounts that have that protected shroud. So again, more stuff from Radian, which is awesome, a company that's consistently innovating, bringing new stuff, and awesome, also what the customers want. So pretty cool. This actually makes me want a 365. I don't know if I should say that on camera. Will this prevent the gun from blowing up? I don't know. Probably not, but still pretty cool. This is the new line from Leupold. It's got the VX series glass with Mark V features basically, so it's like 85% of the Mark V line, so it's gonna be a little bit cheaper than Mark V optics. One cool thing that I really like about these is that the optics that have illumination, there is a leveler mode or option that you can turn on, so when the optic is off it'll basically let you know. So pretty cool, pretty excited about checking these out. So Hesco is constantly innovating, coming out with new plates. I know I'm using the word innovating quite a lot, but that's exactly what we're looking for, is companies to do new stuff. So this is the 3802 Charlie. This is, I don't know the exact weight, but it's extremely light, probably like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. It stops up to 308, and it floats. So yes, it's a little thick, but again, it floats. It's pretty cool. And then they also have, this is brand new, the Z210. This stops green tip and basic 7.62 by 39 rounds. It's kind of the same form factor as the M210. It's padded, but this is only 3 pounds. So pretty cool stuff, and pretty excited about this. New stuff from Aero Precision. They got ambi lower. So this is the M4E1 lower. I think they're calling it based on their lower receiver, M4E1 Pro. But you got ambi mag release, got a kind of a bigger bolt catch. And on the other side, you have that LWRC/LMT style ambi control. So you got a bolt catch and bolt release on both sides. So again, ambi safety, looks like 45, and they'll probably have a 90-degree option as well. And then the other cool thing is their handguard. So this is a pretty beefed up handguard with a totally different locking system. They got set screws going into the upper receiver. This guy feels super rigid. So the guy came over and explained it to us. Looks like this came from some LE requests and whatnot. So there's definitely a lot of thought into this. So this, another thing that I'm pretty excited about. I guess these guns are going to come with BA Hansen profile barrels or cold hammer forged barrels. So pretty cool innovation from Aero Precision. As you guys can see, there are a ton of people at SHOT Show. This year there were 63,000 people roughly. That's about 13,000 more than last year. And what majority of people are coming to SHOT Show for is not actually what SHOT Show is intended for. A lot of people are coming to see a bunch of new stuff, companies to launch new things, see some new innovation, that sort of stuff. Now, that is at SHOT Show. You're definitely going to see some prototypes. You're going to see, some product launches. But again, that's not exactly what SHOT Show is intended for. So you will see some new stuff like an FDE Acro or a new pistol line from a company that's kind of already been around. So you're going to see some small stuff like that. And yes, you will see some big innovation, but it's not that frequent. It's actually kind of rare. So what is SHOT Show really for? It's really for the collection of companies and businesses that are there to be able to meet face-to-face in one spot efficiently. So that is the main purpose that we go to SHOT Show for. The other objective we had at SHOT Show is, aside from meeting with all our business partners, is walking the floor. Now, I just said that SHOT Show is not forcing new stuff, but with the filming aspect, we definitely do want to see new stuff to be able to show you guys. So last year we didn't really film at all. This year, obviously, we're making a YouTube video, and we did some Instagram stuff as well. And time after time, year after year after SHOT Show, we kind of get disappointed in the lack of innovation. Yep, so you guys saw the OGL last year. EOTech sent us one of these, a full power one to play with. Full power one is obviously very exciting, just like all full power lasers. Now, the question always is how good is the civilian option? Again, civilian lasers and illuminators are just really weak. So, still waiting on this guy. We were hoping by this time, you know, SHOT Show later that it was announced that we would have it, but not yet. So, still just a display thing. Hopefully we'll see it one day. It is a very small, pretty lightweight laser illuminator, and then you have the adjustable illuminator option here, which is obviously one of the more attractive features of this, is having an actual adjustable illuminator on a civilian model laser. So this is the OGL. Now, you do see some new stuff, like I mentioned already, but the companies that are really pushing the new stuff, like new stuff, are PSA and Holosun, in my opinion. And the reason why I think they're standing out is because they're not targeting government contracts, they're not targeting law enforcement, so they're not designing stuff specifically for them, and they're not designing stuff that they want to design or what makes them money. They're designing and innovating stuff towards exactly what the customer wants, what we are. And that's, I think, why those booths in particular were just swarmed all of SHOT Show. So next year at SHOT Show, some things I definitely want to see are companies pushing in that direction, pushing more towards the civilian defense industry that we're seeing starting to emerge. This civilian defense industry is full of more prepared citizens that are just buying and purchasing more and more stuff that was less common a few years ago than it is today. For example, like SPRs, suppressors, thermals, night visions, and stuff like that. So companies that are targeting this industry are generally the companies that are going to be the most exciting because, again, they're not targeting military people, law enforcement, they're targeting you and me. So hopefully next year at SHOT Show, that is my biggest takeaways. I want to see companies address us, the civilian defense industry, more directly and don't think of us as secondhand for their innovation in their new stuff. Actually come to us directly, be like, what do you guys want? Maybe that's polls online, wherever the case may be, like PSA is doing, and we answer, provide feedback, and then we'll hopefully see a lot more new cool stuff.
You're doing a great job.
So the most frustrating thing about going to SHOT Show is just the lack of innovation across the board. What Holosun and a couple other companies are doing is innovating for what the customers want, and that's what's exciting, in my opinion. So what we have here is quite a bit of new stuff from Holosun. This is crazy. This happens every year. They're just constantly pumping out new stuff for what the customers want. Most exciting things for me, definitely the VCSEL laser and the rifle light. Together, you're expecting about $1,000 for both, right?
Yeah, you should be able to pick up both of these. The VCSEL laser is going to be about $800. The rifle light's coming in about $180. So being able to fully kit out a rifle this year for about $1,000 is pretty much our goal with this. Dual lead switches, single lead switches, pressure caps, you know, just kind of however you want to set it up as a system. It's kind of just ready to go out of the box.
Yeah,
that situation.
That's fantastic. So they're both coming with the same switch, correct? It's kind of like a mod light looking switch with a crane plug. So the light's a crane plug as well, which I actually kind of prefer. So there's mainly because of the old school like Insight pressure pad.
Yeah,
we'll work with this, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen a lot of the guns I use. I basically use that switch on every gun I can. So.
Yeah, we wanted to make it a little more compatible with just some of the options on the marketplace. It seemed like it's an easier route to go that way.
Sweet. So aside from this is definitely what I'm most excited about. I think us at T.REX are most excited about. You have a thermal pistol dot, which is really cool. And I think it comes with, like, this is part of the system, right?
Yeah, so basically that's the wireless sensor at the bottom that's going to feed the thermal image up to the top mounted red dot. So yeah, it's kind of a crazy system that it works. I mean, the engineers are incredible. They took our rifle system, they're like, how can we miniaturize this, and somehow pulled it off on basically what's like a 507 competition enclosed at this point. Yeah. So humongous window. I can definitely see a lot of interesting use cases on maybe an offset on a hunting rifle. You know, we put one on a flux because it's super fun, like why not?
Yeah.
And yeah, they're really cool systems, honestly.
Sweet. Then you got night vision optics. You guys are probably aware of these already. Pistol lights. There's a smaller one now, right?
Yeah, as you guys obviously making holsters, we'll definitely get a couple over to you guys so you can kind of see how those molds fit. Right now we're kind of figuring out exactly what holster it fits in, but basically it's our PID series. We just shrunk it down by about 20% so that way it fits a little bit more of those subcompact guns.
Awesome. And then larger aims now, 6x magnifier.
Yep.
And then new SCS optics. So we're gonna try and go quick here, not gonna keep you guys, but I do appreciate your time.
Yeah,
and again, we're super excited to try some stuff out, but appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, 100%.
As we talk about us being disappointed in the lack of innovation and the lack of new stuff at SHOT Show, there actually is still quite a bit of new stuff, just exactly not exactly what we want to be new. What I mean by that is there's a ton of companies there, obviously, and a lot of them are showing new stuff, and we just obviously couldn't get to all of it. With 63,000 people there, with all the meetings that we had scheduled and the filming with the people that we knew beforehand we wanted to get to, it was just impossible to see all the new stuff. So is there new stuff that we don't know about? Yes. There's stuff right now, even after SHOT Show, that I'm still not aware of, that was on the floor that I just never got to. For example, we just happened to walk by Steiner, and we just walked into the booth just to see what was going on, and they had a new pressure pad, new optic. So there's a lot of that going on at SHOT Show that we just didn't get to. All right, so looking at this new optic, looks like it's a T2, maybe an MRO footprint. You can't really tell. It's on a JagerWorks riser. This JagerWorks riser looks pretty unique. It's mounting directly to the laser. So maybe this is a proprietary footprint. You got something specific going on here. They got a rifle light that kind of interesting with a massive mount. And then you got a dual pressure pad from Steiner. One's light, obviously, one's laser. Kind of an interesting setup going on here. This doesn't look all that high. This looks like a 2.5 inch riser, so again, obnoxiously high. And then looks like they got a new pressure pad just for their laser too. Pretty interesting. It's actually not a bad pressure pad. Kind of like it. I like the texture here. It's very easy to discern what you're pressing. So if you have two of these, one that's a smooth, like this guy, or you have this textured one, it's pretty easy to tell. And I would assume even with gloves on, you'd be able to tell which button you're pressing. So that's kind of cool. With all the people at SHOT Show, there was a lot of fans there, and it was really great to meet and just interact with a lot of you guys. So hopefully next year I get to run into more people, and hopefully next year as well we get to see these products that are coming out, that are new, that are being innovated, directed towards you guys and not towards military and law enforcement.